On this episode of the Whiskey Tornado, we review one of my favorites, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch C922. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is a 12-year age-stated bourbon from Heaven Hill Distillery. It has a mash bill of 78% corn, 12% malted barley, and 10% rye. Batch C922 comes in at 124.8 proof or 62.4% alcohol, and the MSRP is $65. All right, now that you got all the stats, let's dive into the review. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey Tornado. I'm your host, Lance. We're reviewing one of everyone's favorite. It's the best value in bourbon. It's Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and today we are reviewing the latest batch C922. Now, while I get a pour of this, I got to be honest with you guys. I haven't been crazy about the batches of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof since 2020. So we're going to taste this, and if I really like it, I will compare it against one of my favorites of all time, which is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch A120. That almost won our Bourbon of the Year in 2020. So I keep hoping that these Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs are going to live up to what 2020 was, and I got to say Heaven Hill has been crushing it lately. The Larceny Barrel Proofs Batch B522 and C922 have been outstanding. The Old Fitz decanter bottles have been outstanding. So as always, I have high hopes for this 12-year age-stated bourbon. All right, we're going to go through the nose, palate, finish. Then I will quickly tell you the other categories I ranked, and then we will let you guys know if this is a bar-worthy or bunker-worthy bottle. All right, let's give it the old Whiskey Tornado swirl, coat the glass, get into the nosing here. Oh, hang on, guys. The nose on this so far is fantastic. Honey just jumps right out of the glass on this. Cinnamon, that dusty rickhouse that I love. What I'm really loving on the nose right off the bat is the berries that I get. And that was very reminiscent on the A120 batch. The A120 batch was really, really hot, but it had such a good balance of sweet and spicy. And this smells like that. There is a nice, like, you know, if you had like a strawberry, blueberries, that kind of thing in a bowl with like whipped cream on top, that is underlaying. That's underneath the like honey, cinnamon, a little bit of clove. Yeah, really nice. Some like buttered caramel. Oh man, the nose on this, guys, is fantastic. I'm even going to say exceptional. We're going to bump it into the rare score of 0.8 on the nose. All right, we're going to give this 3 sips. First sip, guys. Oh, man. Honey, cinnamon, and tons of spice on that first sip. Oh, man. This might be up there, guys. This is really nice. The finish is pretty long, so trying to let that go before I get the second sip. Here we go, second sip. Oh man. That's like a bowl of those berries, like a berry mixture drizzled with honey. And then on the back end, there is just the perfect amount of spice for my palate. This is like an absolutely perfectly balanced between spice and sweet. Oh, it's making my mouth water. It's so good. Man, I'm really loving this. Lots of peppery spice on the finish. It comes in with that sweet kind of honeyed berry note and then goes right into that peppery jalapeno barrel spice with a little bit of that like anise. Man, is that good. Golly, that is very beautiful. And it doesn't fight you too much. It fights you enough, but it doesn't fight you too much where it's not enjoyable. Lately, when I've been tasting a lot of Stag Juniors, which I used to love, now they're almost fighting me too much. It's crazy how your palate changes and ebbs and flows through your bourbon journey. Now those Stag Juniors, while they're good, they're just fighting me a little too much. They're not as enjoyable. This isn't fighting me too much. It's like, it's right there, man. It is nice with that balance of sweet and spice. All right, third sip. Oh, that honey note is just gorgeous. This is evolving. You know, first it was more of the like oak influence on the first sip. Second sip, I got some of the berries and honeys and spice. Third sip, I'm getting more nuttiness. Now I'm getting more of those like pralines, pecans, honey. The hug just started from that third sip. So the finish is forever. The palate is beautiful. Very balanced, very rounded, but with tons of spice. Guys, this is a home run. This is a home run from Heaven Hill. You guys have to go find this one. The palate is going to be a 0.8 for me. All right, I kind of gave it away, but we're going to take a fourth sip and go into the finish real quick. Golly, almost gave me chills there. The finish is forever. It's exceptional, just like the palate and the nose. We're gonna give the finish a 0.8. All right, guys, let's break this down. I'm gonna let you know each of my scores real quick without going into great detail on some of the smaller categories, and then I'll let you know if this is not bar worthy, or bunker worthy. Appearance on the Elijah Craig barrel proof bottles for me is just okay. It comes in at a 0.6. Our second handicapped category of availability is a 0.4. A little bit hard to find, but not impossible. The nose, palate, and finish are where this bourbon shines. Those are the important categories, and it all gets an exceptional rating of a 0.8 for me. The body as well, we're talking about a 12-year, 124.8 proof bourbon. It gets a 0.8, exceptional body. And as with all Elijah Craig barrel proofs, the value is as good as you can get. You're getting a 12-year barrel proof bourbon for $65. It is a 1. That brings the overall score for Elijah Craig barrel proof batch C922 to a 4.7, making it bunker worthy and in our running for bourbon of the year. That's right, guys. We didn't have Elijah Craig barrel proof, I think, in the last 2 years in our bourbon of the year running. We finally have one, and at the end of the year, I'm just getting ready to shoot advent calendar videos, so my reviews for the year are almost done, and Elijah Craig batch C922 squeaks in there with an incredible score. Guys, this batch is incredible. If you see it, I think you should run out and get it. If you don't like it, hit me up. I'll get it from you. As always, thanks for tuning in. Coming up, we are starting our advent calendar where we will have a review every day for you guys in December. I will be tasting these blind with our Patreon members. It's gonna be a great time. Every Friday in the month of December, we will go live and we will try the Friday sample blind and also talk about the samples we had that previous week. Till next time, cheers everybody. Oh. Thank you, Heaven Hill, for finally getting me an Elijah Craig barrel proof I can be excited about. Golly, that's good. It's holiday season. Life's good.
Then